I had a top 10 record on the countdown for the radio station with Drake at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was battling Drake for the #1 spot on the countdown. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy.
You know, so and it was like before he popped, but then it was a group called the Zombies on the West Side. Like they was producing for Cameron and Dipset at the time. Like it was a lot of big stuff happening, but it was happening inward. It wasn't like happening outward. Like people was finding us because some of the dudes from the Dipset used to come to Buffalo all the time.
Yeah.
So they got wind of them dudes, snatched them up. They started producing for Cam and them. You know, us doing what we was doing, like we was cooking on the radio station, and it's like when you get your song played on the radio at the time, it was like, oh, you.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Out to the pay for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it. Okay, out to the pay for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.
What does the future look like for your podcast?
Yo, welcome back to another episode of No Label the Pod, season 7. You know what I mean? We got Donnie in the back. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody who liking, sharing, subscribing. You know what I'm saying? Check out our website, nolabelmedia.co. Sign up for that newsletter. We got some dope events coming up. You know what I mean? Inspiration is on the way. You know what I'm saying? So, and today we sitting here with a man who's been doing in the game for a very long time. Some may call him a legend. You know what I'm saying? That's what the L stands for.
Some people say.
Some people say. You know what I mean? You might have seen him on Shade 45.
Few times.
You might have heard him with the locks.
Few times.
You know what I'm saying?
Few times.
You might have seen him, you know what I mean, killing a freestyle, the beat battle, you know what I mean? Something crazy.
Sometimes.
We have the pleasure of sitting with my man L-BIZ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all for having me pull up. You know what I'm saying? It's always an honor to be around astute artists, man. Like y'all, like the creativity that y'all put into this podcast and just everything that y'all do, man. I'm glad to be around it. It's good to share good energy, man.
You already know, man. Mm-hmm. You might laugh at us if you seen how long your name was on our list.
Hey, man, listen, I just been patient, you know? I just been patient.
Your name has been on the list for since at least 2022. I even go to 2021.
That means a lot, though. That means a lot because Lord knows I could have fell off the list. So
man,
you know
but
it's like that.
It makes me that much more. It makes me feel that much better that like the people that we have in mind are people that are so consistent or are always going to keep pushing.
For sure.
Whether we able to sit down with them at this moment or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like. You see the crew.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
so we be trying to.
I know the feeling, bro. You see how I walked in Dolly, man. You know what I'm saying. And it's not to say that I don't have people that support me that will be willing to, but I just like to be focused. And sometimes, you know, it's just not everybody cares about your vision as much as you do, and that don't mean nothing about them. It means more about you to care so much about your vision that you don't stop other people that don't from stopping you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
It's more of that to come.
Yeah, game, just game, you know, on game, man.
For sure.
So since this is your first time here, we always like to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Born and raised in the town,
Buffalo, New York, 716. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Family from the South, but I'm here.
Okay.
You know
what part of the South?
Memphis.
Where?
Memphis. Yeah. My father is from Memphis. My mother is from Buffalo, but my father is from Memphis, and my grandfather actually brought my family. My mother's side of the family to Buffalo from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So, yeah.
Where's you got siblings and all that?
Yeah, I got two siblings, 2 sisters. I'm the middle child, so that's why I hustle so hard because nobody care about the middle child. You know what I mean? You know how it go. It be like that sometimes. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get that. High school you go to?
I went to Lafayette High School. It's on the west side of Buffalo. It's an international school now, totally revamped. I graduated a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I went to Lafayette High School. I only went there because I wanted to play basketball like right away.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh man,
it was one of those types of situations. Like I'm originally from downtown Buffalo, from the Town Gardens. But one of my homies was like, yo man, like don't go to South Park because all of the hoopers is going to South Park. If you want a chance to hoop, you should just go to Lafayette because he was going there. And it didn't even work like that.
That basketball court?
Terrible.
What?
He didn't tell me that.
The
He didn't
bowling
warn me.
alley?
Yeah, he didn't warn me
You can't
about
shoot
that
from the
spot.
corners.
Nope. But we worked it out, man. It was
Nah,
a
man,
great
that's
opportunity, great situation.
Were you rapping in high school?
I actually started rapping slightly in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of just messing around with it, like not telling nobody because it was other dudes that was actually super nice around, and I was just like messing with it, like just in my spare time, like at home, plugging the headphones into the jack and using it as a microphone type stuff. You know what I mean? But never took it seriously until I actually graduated high school. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't even want to say serious. I really didn't do anything after that until after high school. I was actually singing in my church choir as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to ask, where did that musical inspiration come from?
Yeah. My grandfather is actually owns one of the largest record collections in the city of Buffalo. Like the Smithsonian actually tried to buy his record collection. He was just like, hell no, because he's super old school.
Fire.
But yeah, so I grew up around music like that. And then like my father is a self-taught saxophonist. He plays the flute, and my mother was like, she started playing guitar a little bit, but I grew up in the church, singing in the church, and that's how I got my musical start. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. So much good music come out of the church. You
know, man. Yeah. You know, temptation coming. You got to see the other side of things, but you know, God is still.
Lead the way.
For sure.
Lead the way. So when did music, when you said, yo, this about to be my thing?
Oh man, you know, like it was a unfortunate situation that actually occurred. I reconnected with a family member of mine, my cousin XL, and it was during the time that his daughter had passed from SIDS. Mm-hmm. I hadn't seen him in years because he was in the military and back and forth in the town and stuff like that. But I had attended the funeral and going to the repast, was at his house, and he had a whole studio set up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. I don't want to make it about nothing. And I'm just, at the time, I wasn't even thinking about making music. I just always wanted to see it made because I was always fascinated with how voices got from a microphone to a cassette or a CD or a record. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he had a studio in his house, it was just like, yo, this is dope. You know, he was playing some beats and stuff. I'm like, yo, you make beats, you DJ, you doing all kind of stuff here. You know what I mean? And he played some beats, and I was just kind of harmonizing with it, like messing around with it. And he was like, yo, you sing? And I'm like, yeah, you know. Here, take these beats. Come back next week with 3 songs. I'm like, and that's how I got my start. It was just like in that situation, that unfortunate situation birthed my career. You know what I mean?
No, that's how it happens.
Yeah. Just unexpected. I was just willing. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue. But
and this is like towards the tail end of high school.
Yeah, this was actually, I want to say like my second year in college. My second year in college, I really wasn't doing nothing but, you know, just hanging out with my girlfriend, and who's my wife now. Shout out to Ed. But, you know what I mean? But I was just hanging out with her and being a depressed young man. You know what I'm saying? Going through life
finding
skills,
his way.
finding my way. You know what I mean? Living in mild squalor with a loving family. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, the prototypical struggles, but you know, I was in school and I was having a hard time, and that was, you know, a unexpected outlet that I was able to gain. Okay. And it changed my life. You know what I'm saying?
No, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. So when you started making these songs, did you automatically come out as L-BIZ, or did you have a different name at first?
No, man. It was I went through a gamut of names, man. I actually started out as a singer. You know, so my singing name was Don Juan. My real name is Donald. So my singing name was Don Juan. Super corny.
That's hilarious.
Right? I mean, I have no Spanish background whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But that what it was. I'm
Dominican. I am Dominican.
Right. They gave me that name, and you know, and it was like, and people started calling me that. Like, rest in peace to DJ Shay. Like he solidified the Don Juan thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so right. I'm like, you know, so going through the ranks, and I really started working in the background. Like, I was like learning how to record and stuff like that with my cousin, but he had a whole crew of rappers. And so I was like the last man on the totem pole. I didn't have that much of a relationship with him to be able to skip the line, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, and I'm the only singer around, so I get to be the singer guy, right? And you know, that's kind of how that whole thing developed, me starting there from the Don Juan thing. But when I got sick of sitting on the sideline, I found my own crew of dudes. Like, yo, like one of my mans that I work with, Marquis, his brothers rapped and they friends rapped, and he introduced me to them. And I'm like, yo, y'all super nice. We going to the studio. My cousin got a studio. I'm paying half of everything. So y'all bring y'all $25 because it was only $50. Y'all bring it more, or it was $25 an hour at the time. I'm like, yo, y'all bring 25. I'm gonna bring 25. I don't care how y'all split it. Just make sure y'all got the 25. And I'm paying for half of everything because y'all too dope. And he don't give me enough of an opportunity all the time. So I'm just gonna pay for the time with y'all. Mm-hmm. And that actually birthed Still a Hustle Records, which is a label that started from a bunch of dudes that I was working with at the time from Alma. You know what I'm saying? Like it birthed a rap group, the Alma Ave rap group, 716, who ended up being Diesel and De Niro. My man G4 Jack from Harlem, who I met at Niagara University, who's part of Lord Mob, Flea Lord's crew right now. And it just turned into a whole thing, just me not wanting to sit on the sideline and watch everybody else win. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Nah, it's powerful because it's like you've been doing this for a minute, so it's like you come with a lot of history.
Oh yeah.
We definitely appreciate that here, and it's like we look to inspire other artists who are trying to make it in Buffalo, make it out of Buffalo
for sure.
Do this rap thing, and you're like a great example. You know what I'm saying?
I seen so much stuff throughout all of this time. It's been like I got my start back then. It was. Man, I'm gonna age myself, but it was 2001 when I really got started, you know what I'm saying? Or like when I initially got started. But the true start happened in like 2004, like when we all got together and did a mixtape. I kind of like I was the A&R behind the scenes guy putting everything together. Like my dad had bought me a CD burner, and it was like one of the first ones ever made, so it was like one disc at a time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we put a show together. You know what I mean?
What makes it dope is this is, you said 2001.
2001.
This before socials.
For sure. Yeah,
this
is
before socials.
So we was outside.
I ain't doing it to look cool. I ain't doing it I can take a picture and say, look at me. Nah. It's like, no, like this is what I do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't even, and that was the humility for me, was like, I knew that I wasn't that great of an artist. But because I had such a passion for the music, and now I had an outlet to be able to create it, it was like, let me go find people that I know are really, really good. You know what I'm saying? And like, because I wasn't always, like, I'm from the Town Gardens. The majority of the people that was doing music at the time that was on a larger scale was either, it was a rapper named Kareem at the time. He was like the big deal in the town. Like he had a video on BET. Like he was the talk of the town, you know what I mean? And a few other guys. But I wasn't connected to the other dudes. Like DJ Shay, most of his crew was from uptown. So we downtown, and you know, like if you know anything about the history of Buffalo, you know uptown and downtown at that time was not mixing like that. You know what I mean? So me coming from the projects and then being removed from that and trying to find my place and being on my own, really, because I like nobody that I was around, none of my family members was making music like that. So other than my cousin. So it just got to the point where I had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And in figuring out, it took me to be able to invest in myself and invest in people that I didn't even know, but I believed in. You know what I mean? So, absolutely. And that's what it takes. You know what I mean?
For sure. So you left Don Juan. When did L-BIZ become the name? And I'm running with this.
Man, like I said, I went through a couple names. So Don Juan was the first thing. Then once we started to make that first mixtape, I was kind of dabbling in rapping a little bit, just like it was more like comedic stuff, like on some Black Weird Al Yankovic type of stuff, you know what I mean? Or like kind of like to not make it so old, like how Kevin Hart was with the chocolate dropper thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I had I was Tony No Monet. Like, and I would make like stupid raps, like clown raps to Usher songs and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And so it was a comedic. I had a comedic thing going, and in the midst of that, like I kind of dabbled with like rapping hooks for my guys and stuff like that, just to help give a different voice. And my man G4, like shout out to him, he was like, yo, like I made my first song like in secret, like I ain't want nobody to know because it was kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even it like I at that time I transitioned my name to Low Budget from Tony No Monet to Low Budget. When I started rapping, I became Low Budget. And so I was rapping about like being broke. And that was the thing, right? So but I was kind of okay with rapping because I had been around all these dope rappers, you know what I'm saying, like at the time. So and he was just like, yo man, like you can kind of do this, you should really try to take it seriously. And at that point, like we had been in a bunch of different studios around the city, and I started to go to the studio by myself and like learn how to record and work, you know what I'm saying, and make songs by myself and all of that other stuff. And when I finally got to that point where it started to get good, like, you know, one of my homies from Delavan, he used to call me Bizzle because it was like, that was around the jizzle, bizzle, dizzle time. Yeah. And he's like, Low Bizzle, and I'm like, Low Budget, Low Bizzle. So, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I don't. And then I just kind of I just pieced it together, you know what I'm saying? And L-BIZ started, and it's been that ever since, you know what I mean?
That's tough.
Yeah, man.
That's super dope. So you surrounding yourself with those other great artists, you know what I mean?
Yes.
L-BIZ on the scene. What were some of the practices outside of just surrounding yourself with good MCs? What were some of the practices that allowed you to sharpen your craft?
Oh man, that was it, really. You know what I'm saying? Like between going to the studio and being in every studio, like I would take every opportunity, right? Anytime anybody called and said they was going to the studio, if I could be there, I wanted to be there, whether I'm on the record or not. And you know what I'm saying? Like I would get calls from my guys, like, yo, pull up. Like we was working with Thugsman at the time. Thugsman, another legend from the town, and he wouldn't always want to record everybody. So I was just there and I would watch. And so because I'm watching, I'm learning how to record. I learned how to record. So now I'm recording everybody. So now I get the opportunity to be on all the songs if I want to because I'm recording them. You know what I'm saying? And so it was probably like 6 or 7 of us at the time. And like everybody was good. Like when I took, like, you know, Scripps, who was a part of A Status, he's, you know what I'm saying, from Alma. Like he used to rap in URL, Battle League, you know what I'm saying, from the town. His brother, Good Riddance, is actually, in my opinion, is a better rapper than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being around him. And then their older brother, Marquis, was the one, he was kind of like the 50 Cent of the group. Like he wrote all the good hooks and all of that stuff. And he could rap just as good as them. So between those three, and then they homies and my man G4 Jag, who actually during that time early on was working with Murder Mook and Ron Browse, because he's from Harlem originally. You know what
Champagne.
I mean? Yeah. So like in the very beginning, he was working with Ron Browse and Murder Mook and T-Rex. They was actually trying to recruit him to be a part of Dot Mob, which is the crew that they got for the URL. So I'm these are the dudes that I'm surrounded by. I grew up with Kadir Latif, who ended up getting a record deal with Rough Riders. These are all of the people that I'm surrounded by. So yes, I'm a singer, but there's no singers around. So I'm rapping and I'm learning how to do it very, very well because I'm around so many people. Yeah, when I'm singing, I get to be in the room with some of these dudes, but it just got...
Because and I don't want you to miss over this part because it's like, yeah, you could be around people sometimes, but like, you don't always pick up on everything, but like you paying attention, it seems.
Oh, I paid attention to everything. Like I was so locked in on just understanding all of the intricacies because I'm naturally a helper. You know what I'm saying? I naturally, like even when I first started and wanting to see music made and learn how it was made, I wasn't trying to just bum rush the spot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what y'all need me to do? If I gotta carry crates, I'm carrying crates. If I gotta find some other talent and pay half of the bread so that we can have an opportunity, I'm down for that. You know, I created the artwork, like learn how to do graphic design, learn how to record, learn how to put together a show. Like I'm learning all of these things from the backside of it, and not just being focused on being a rapper. So, you know, it just kind of happened that way because I was more focused on trying to figure out a way for us to win. So I'm like, do the other stuff. It's plenty of good rappers around. I can do the other stuff, then we can make it. You know what I'm saying? And then I just eventually started picking up on it because I'm around them and we ain't recording everything all the time. A lot of time we spending just rapping and writing together. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm like, I got the hook. I'm gonna sing the hook, But while they writing their verses, I'm like kind of writing my own rap verse. And then don't end up on that song. It ends up on a song that I make myself when I go to a different studio to practice. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, and eventually as I started to go through that, I would say I went through my own like makeshift artist development for about 2 or 3 years after we did our first show, which was in 2004. So like 3, 5, 6, 7, I was just developing and helping them at the same time. Help them do shows, put out mixtapes and all that other stuff. And you know what I mean?
That's the one thing we was talking about it when we first got here. Just like one of the few labels that still do like artist development. We think of like TDE and stuff.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Artist development is so key. Whether you're doing it for yourself or you just, you know what I mean, you having the label do it for you, but you have to sharpen your tools.
I think part of the artist development process that, you know, that happened in the major music industry during the 90s and early 2000s was great for artists to know how to be an artist, know how to do interviews and you know, take pictures and do all of the creative stuff. But I think now in today's age is so needed because there's a whole nother caveat of creating content, of doing the business, of being a marketer that isn't added to that, because the labels back then, they had artistic directors and they had the marketing team and all of these other things. Now in this day and age, you gotta be all of that.
Yeah.
And there's no developers to do that stuff. There's only people that's gonna tell you that you gotta pay them to do the stuff. There's nobody that's around to be like, yo, I'm gonna help you with the development of your stuff. And that's the kind of the part that I was playing during that time in my career. You know what I'm saying? Before I started to be the L-BIZ that most people know. It's like I was doing all of that stuff behind the scenes because we didn't have the bread. And shit, we gotta figure it out.
That's powerful. I mean? That's definitely powerful. So boom, you doing all of that. You doing your own artist development. During this time, were you looking for a label deal, or were you just like, hold on, I'm learning all this stuff, maybe I could do it myself? Or
nah, like again, I was probably like the low man on the totem pole when it came to artistry. You know what I'm saying, like rapping and stuff. So I was really just filling in the gaps. You know what I mean? Like I was recording stuff, I was singing the hooks, I was finding people to design the t-shirts and all of these other things. The industry stuff didn't start to happen until maybe like a couple years, like 2007, 8. Whenever Nicki Minaj started to pop, that was around the time that the industry started to seem tangible for us. We actually, real quick story that I don't think anybody's ever told in public, at least not from my crew and my people. Fendi, the guy that found Nicki Minaj, actually reached out to us through MySpace to help facilitate the rap group, the A-Status rap group that was part of our crew at the time. And niggas missed the message.
That's crazy.
They didn't get the message until months later. Damn. And so by the time we responded, she was on Young Money. It was over. Like it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Dog was like, yo, I love this song. He was managing Freeway at the time too. And he's like, yo, I love this song that y'all caught. I think it was called Soldier Story or something like that. On a mixtape and the song, Thug's been produced it and all of that. And he was reaching out to try to get us to do a remix or to get them to do a remix with Freeway because he was vetting them, you know, and they missed the message. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like we dropped the ball there. Crazy. That was crazy. You know, the whole, like the second mixtape that I had quote unquote executive produced, it was full of dudes from Harlem. And like, so before Ron Browse blew up, like we had music from Ron Browse on the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Before people really knew who Murder Mook was and all of them dudes, like they was popping, but it was before URL. So it's like they was on the mixtape that I put together with some of my peoples. Like, so it was like we started to see like small glimpses of things happening that let us know that we could make it. But it took a minute, you know what I'm saying? So we were just grinding. Like again, like you said, it was still MySpace era. So it wasn't.
People didn't even know what social media was.
We was doing computer programming just to get music. You know what I mean?
I just want SpongeBob on the back of my.
You know what I mean? Just to get the dope background. It was crazy like that. But you know, like at the time, like it was a lot of good stuff happening for local artists in the city. So we wasn't really so zoned in on major stuff. Because like that was when, you know, when the Unsigned Hype was on the radio, like we had a big platform. They was doing award shows and Southern Ontario was able to tap into the music. And fast forward to that time around 2009, that's when it started to get like serious for all of us, because we started to see a lot of stuff. And I mean, like when I say all of us, I mean the city. Because we started to see like dog, I had a top 10 record on the countdown for the radio station with Drake at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was battling Drake for the #1 spot on the countdown. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy.
You know, so and it was like before he popped, but then it was a group called the Zombies on the West Side. Like they was producing for Cameron and Dipset at the time. Like it was a lot of big stuff happening, but it was happening inward. It wasn't like happening outward. Like people was finding us because some of the dudes from the Dipset used to come to Buffalo all the time.
Yeah.
So they got wind of them dudes, snatched them up. They started producing for Cam and them. You know, us doing what we was doing, like we was cooking on the radio station, and it's like when you get your song played on the radio at the time, it was like, oh, you the nigga, bro.
This before streaming, like
you know what I'm saying, like you the dude, you know what I'm saying? Like Benny was doing stuff with French Montana, and I had records with Benny at the time on his mixtapes and all that stuff. So it was like, yo, like we about to be on. I don't know how, because we wasn't going nowhere for real. But it's like, yo, we about to be on. So, you know, like it wasn't looking outward. Like it was so much happening inside that it was like, you know, industry what? Like we making it right now.
Yeah,
like,
we doing it. Yeah.
Right.
Nah, that's super tough. So during that time, I remember you finding a way, you making everything shake inside the city.
Yeah.
Was the thought to like go elsewhere, or was the thought like, yo, let's get some money, or let's like, where was the thought process?
I mean, it was, the money part didn't necessarily come. It did affect us though, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't really have a financial plan. Mm-hmm. So it was like we just taking whatever bread that we could get to print up CDs, and you know what I'm saying? That was back when the $5 mixtapes was happening, you know, when it's Slim Jewel cases. You know what I mean? So we like selling $5 CDs and all of that, and moving around the town and making a little bit of scratch, but we wasn't managing it right. So at that time, it started to create some kind of tension in the group. And, you know, so everybody started to kind of go their separate ways, and, you know, having that headquarters we had with Thugsman, that went away. Like boys started to like just live differently. And so that's when I really had to really focus on being Dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like my man G4 had ended up moving back to New York City. And I'm just like out here Dolo. So now I'm all the way zoned in on L-BIZ. Mm-hmm. And in that, I'm absolutely trying to get out of town. Cause I'm like, you know, at the time, like I was buzzing on Buffalo radio, but I'm like, yo, I'm by myself. Now I gotta go somewhere. I gotta do something else. And so I started to do like, I started to submit my music to the Coast to Coast mixtapes and submit for showcases. I did a bunch of shows out of town, like in New York and Connecticut, like traveling back and forth. I did some stuff in DC and Baltimore. Like I was like moving around, like literally like by myself. I would go to shows and drive by myself, or have my cousin come with me, and we would be out there putting up posters, you know what I'm saying? Or have my sister ride with me, and she was like 16, so she couldn't drive. But I'm just like, I just don't want to be by myself. So she'd drive with me. Like we went to Baltimore, and I left her in the hotel so I could go to a show because she wasn't old enough to get in.
That's crazy.
Like I was grinding it out, and it was just like learning, growing pains, and like figuring it out. And by the time I got back to reconnecting with my guys, I had so much knowledge because I was just trying to figure all this. I was my own guinea pig. You know what I mean? And it was a hell of a journey, but I've seen so much to where I understood and kind of learned about how would it take to grind. You know what I mean? And so I stay busy now. That's my whole thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I stay busy.com.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had to click that link. I looked at his discography. Man, it's about 35.
It's a lot of work.
35, 45 projects. I say, sheesh.
Yeah, it's like I actually have so much more, but it's like the irony to even that, and you know, my position in playing the background is that's only what I did for me. I've done so much work for so many other artists in this town, whether it be recording, mixing, doing artwork, featuring, and all of these other things. Like I was a part of a crew called EVC at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned earlier, like working with D Block. You know, I've done a lot of work with another artist by the name of RJ Payne, who is kind of big in the underground right now.
Payne.
That's my guy. Him and PA Dre. I've done stuff with Gully TV, mixtapes, and like work with Sadat X from Brand Nubian, and you know what I mean? Like like I got records with Shay Noor and Love the Genius, and the list goes on and on. I've been putting in the work for a long time, but it's like, yo, like I just took my hustle that was in the streets from that era and I took it online, and now I'm saying I'm going crazy with it, networking and all of that stuff, man.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
How did you end up linking with the Locks?
Oh man, that's a great story actually. So fast forward through the timeline of working with my guys, the two groups that was a part of the team, they broke up. Everybody started to go their separate ways and everything. One of the guys from one group and another guy from another group ended up coming together like, yo, we gonna work on a project. We know that you know what to do because we've been doing this stuff together and you done so much for yourself. Let's figure this out. We gonna make it, we gonna be a group. And I'm like, well, y'all already got kind of a brand together from being from Alma, being two of the rap groups from this block in the city of Buffalo. So the group, y'all gonna be Alma Ave. That's gonna be the name of the group, right? And I think like at the time, like Troy Ave was popping, so it was kind of like a thing, right? And so I'm like, yo, this is what it's gonna be. Y'all gonna be Alma Ave. It's a 2-man group, and we was actually working on records, and they was investing. So the first thing that we ended up doing, we put a single together with Freeway called 24/7. And they did that song, and Freeway agreed to do a video. So they did we went to Philly, shot the video, and in the midst of that, and I'm going way too far off the rails, but in the midst of that, we shot the video, linked up with him, and everything was to the good. And in the meantime, like, so now I'm kind of playing manager a little bit, A&R manager, engineer, I'm doing all kind of stuff for them, but I'm still promoting my own music from time to time. So I put a record out, an old record out, and the dude that was managing the guy that produced that 24/7 record tapped in with me like, yo, this is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who is this? And I'm like, yo, that's me. He was like, yo, the raps is nice, but who's singing on the hook? I'm like, that's me too. He like, nah. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, yo, why you not promoting yourself? And I'm like, yo, well, I'm working for my people. I'm not trying to overstep myself, you know what I'm saying? And like we had some good situations. Like we had just did the record with Freeway, did a record with Memphis Bleak. You know what I'm saying? We was working on getting a song done with PD Crack and another song with Lil Mo. Like it was a situation.
That's tough.
Like we was putting some stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Like the master plan was to try to get like old Def Jam and Rockefeller artists together to do and have them do a project for us. So it's like, yo, we bridging this gap that has been separated, because at the time, like that was when the Rockefeller broke up and all of that stuff. So he's like, nah, man, like, yo, you need to pursue this. And I'm just like, well, I've been doing my thing. He's like, no, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get you some beats. I want you to sing some hooks to him. He sent me 3 beats in a week. I did 3 songs, and off of the strength of that, I did a song called Product. It was called The Product. It was on one of the Locks mixtapes. Come to find out, him and Sheik Luch was best friends. He had actually helped produce their original demo tape. My man Smiley's Peoples from Yonkers, and from there it was like I did that. Then me and Jimmy went out and visited, went to D Block Studios. They showed us Wild Love. Tough. Like we went to a show. We was actually in one of their music videos from that Trinity project. And then from there, I just been in the fold. That was like 2015. I've been in the fold ever since. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like working with Snipe and Dice Payne, and I got some stuff like some solo stuff with Styles P. I actually helped my homegirl Tiffany get a feature with him that I wrote, and I record all my own vocals, so I'm like a secondary engineer. Work with their head engineer Dazel, who is their in-house producer and engineer. I work with him. And it's just been up ever since. You know, what
somebody that talented, you know what I mean, you got to keep them around. It's like, yo,
I mean, you know what I mean. Like I'm inside, but I'm outside, and and then and that's the whole journey is like I did so much stuff and learned how to do so many things that when that opportunity came, I was over prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to record myself, mix my own vocals. I'm singing, I'm rapping. I could do whatever y'all need. You know what I'm saying? And what's dope about them is that they're like. They're gonna write every single rap that you hear, you know what I'm saying? And then like and most of the hooks that you hear on their song, Sheik write. You know what I'm saying? Which is for those people that is like, oh, Sheik is like da da da, like the narrative is like, but no, dude he's the guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one, like when the Product song came, like when I wrote the hook, he's like, he was the first one on it. He's like, yo, I know exactly what to do. Go in, did the hook. And my man called me like, yo, he in the background playing the record. Like, yo, he on here talking like this and this and this. And he said he gonna play it for Kiss. And they did exactly, they took his lead, and they usually do. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that type of stuff and them putting records together. And it just happened like that, man. You know what I mean? Tough. Yeah, man. Like, I didn't even understand the magnitude of it at the time. I was so thirsty for more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to go visit, and boys like, yo, how did y'all feel when y'all got the placement? And I'm like, nigga, I was trying to do more. Like we was in the studio, Styles was sweeping, you know what I'm saying? Because like that's one of his rituals when he writing. The beat playing in the background, he just be sleeping or sweeping, because like cleaning up the studio, because he don't write nothing down. So he in there sweeping, and I'm like, everybody just sitting there kicking it, chilling, like quiet. And I'm like, I got my pads out, like I got like 3 pads on my lap, right? Like writing and stuff, like because I'm so thirsty for another opportunity, because I understand like, yo, I've done other things that were pretty dope, but it never really created a new opportunity for me after that. So I want to relish this moment, and I want to take as best advantage of it as I can. So Absolutely. I'm just trying to be prepared for the next opportunity. You know what I mean?
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
That's a fact.
Absolutely. We got a segment. We got a top 5 segment. You got a top 5, Donnie?
Oh no.
He's gonna say the top 5 rappers. We're gonna be here.
No. This might be a little worse though. I'm not gonna lie. So we got Backpack Mafia, right? Y'all do the beat battles.
Yes.
So
yes.
What are your top 5 favorite beats of all time?
Top 5 favorite beats. Okay, the top one, number one is easy. Is Hovey Baby. Just Blaze Hovey Baby is like one of my favorite beats ever, like one of my favorite songs ever, period. Like after that it get a little dicey. I would say probably Pain by Tupac. That's one of my favorites. It's a joint. I would say maybe. Damn, this is tough. Why? Okay. Wait. Let me see. Scenario, Tribe Called Quest.
Bro.
That's another one. Yo, this sucks. Oh man. Let me see. Damn. Two more. All right, who's my favorite artist? Because my favorite artist and my favorite production ain't the same, right? Let me see. Busta Rhymes got a record called What You Got. Show Me What You Got. Or What You Got For Me. One of those. That beat is crazy. And then The Genesis, another Busta Rhymes record, is the title track for the Genesis album.
Okay.
Yeah. Mad abstract, but the beat is so knocking, it's so crazy, and it's just super high energy. Like, it's one of my favorite records. Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough.
Totally off the wall, like nothing. not really familiar, but I produce too. So like I make beats too. So it's like,
and he the type of artist, he can rhyme over anything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he just got if I think about the Busta Rhymes songs, there's so many more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what they did with the Poison sample on the Extinction Level Event 2 album was crazy too. Like he just got a great ear for beats, and it's never really like streamlined. Let's just like some run of the mill stuff that you would hear anywhere else. So I like that type of stuff.
No, that's the. I thought you was gonna say Mobb Deep.
Shook Ones Part 2. Shook Ones Part 2 is like a good record to rap to, and like practice to, write to, because it's got like a really good tempo, and that's like usually my go-to tempo. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I would say, like, you asked me my top 5.
Word.
The top 5, that's definitely, I've said this before, that's probably the best produced beat ever to me.
That's up. It's
it's definitely
it's
up
one
there.
of them.
Maybe that, Gin and Juice, some stuff like that, but that one for sure is like, yeah.
Absolutely. And then we got another segment. We got it's called the Third Eye segment. So we talk about unconventional truths, spirituality, unpopular opinions, all that good stuff.
Oh man, yeah, let's go.
But I always like to bring it to, like, before you go jump off the ledge, you put on your tinfoil hat, you know what I mean? You just gotta walk into the water. as soon as you walked in, you know what I'm saying, before we started doing, you were just talking knowledge and talking like pouring life into like other artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where does that come from?
You know what? Well, I would definitely equate it to my spiritual upbringing for sure. I think it is innately a part of my purpose though. Right? Like when we get into things like, like the why, like why are you doing music? Why are you doing whatever it is that you're doing, that you have a passion for? Like my why is really about helping to instill some kind of light in other people from my own light. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I first started doing music, I just wanted to see it done. Then my next why was to help somebody else succeed in it. It was never me pointing the finger at myself saying, I want to be the guy. It just so happened that I developed into having the skills that I have, and people that were around at the time was like, you gonna mess around and be the one. You gonna mess around and be the one that, because you care about these other things, right? And so like, but overall, it's just like, man, like my mom is a ball of energy. My dad is a hardworking human being, or was before he retired, and and he was always willing to do more for others than he was willing to do for himself. Sometimes to his own detriment, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom used to get on my dad all the time because he was overextending himself. You know what I'm saying? Then my mother is like a ball of energy. Like everybody that ever meet my mom is just like, yo, I can see where you get it from. Like when you just walk in the room and just be hype. You know what I'm saying? I do equate that to having cabin fever a lot because I don't leave my house much. But because I be working so much, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just believe that, you know what I'm saying, like, one of my homies, shout out to Carolina Blue, he told me one time, it's like, yo, like you got a superpower, and your superpower is to see the positive in everything. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I want to make sure that everybody does, especially when they're around me, because don't bring my energy down, bro. Like if I see the positive, don't tell me that it's something negative. You know what I'm saying? Or don't say you trying. Don't say you almost did, or don't say you thinking about, like, no, we gonna do this and we gonna sit down and figure out how. Like, what's the plan? And so I carry that everywhere I go. It's just like, yo, I'm pouring into other people. And I just feel like it's part of my God-given purpose to do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Nah, that's fire. You mentioned something that reminded one of my favorite quotes. It's like it doesn't dim your light, like a candle doesn't dim its light.
Yeah.
In order to light other candles. You know
right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And that's super powerful. And I was listening to I can't remember what track it was, but you mentioned something. He's like, some people thought the Matrix was a movie.
Yeah. That was Free Gems.
Free Gems.
Yeah, Free Gems, where it was just like, man, like, no, it's real. It's real. Like life is a simulation in itself because it recycles happenings, right? Like things, like whether it be like a new version of, which is like computer upgrades, right? It's a new version of tragedy, of triumph, of laughter, of sadness. It's just a new version of it, but it's the same stuff. So that equates to a simulation, right? Absolutely. So it's like, yo, like if you tapped into that and you understand it, then you start to look past the monotony of the simulation and start to just focus on finding the good parts of it. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's like, yo, share the knowledge, share what I learned while I go. I don't, like, I'm not a gatekeeper of it by any shape of the imagination. A lot of the stuff that you would hear me say, all of the experiences that I've had, 90% of them or more are based on me just trying. You know what I'm saying? So that I can gain the information and bring it back to the people that I believe in, whether they in the season to receive it or not. And that's something that I learned recently, probably like in the last 10 years. It's like, it's not my job to treat what I learned as some kind of like I'm the one that gotta have it and figure out who's supposed to have it. Like, I got it, I learned it, but I gotta figure out who's supposed to have it. It's my responsibility to vet everybody to see if they worthy. No, just give it out, because not everybody is in a season to receive it anyway. So what difference do it make? You know what I'm saying? If you dealing with artists that don't understand finances or marketing or whatever the case may be, what's wrong with me telling them about it? If they don't got the money to use it, maybe they'll go hustle up the bread so that they can use the information or whatever the case may be. But that's all part of, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of those other Smiths. I'm the positive Smith. I'm like not Neo, but like one of those guys.
The key maker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of them guys that's trying to figure out how to help the guy. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of that, I become an important part to the process too. You know
Absolutely. What I mean? Everybody play their role.
Yeah.
And you get to see the movie.
You know what I mean?
The hero win.
Yeah, man. Like, cause it's all a win.
Absolutely.
It's all a win, bro. I don't believe in losses at all, especially if you focused on learning from something. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, like everything has a lesson, even the tragedies. You know what I'm saying? Like I admitted to saying something wild to my mom one time, and I'm not ashamed to say it now because it was crazy, but it was like a very intimate moment. Like my grandfather was on his deathbed, and my mother obviously was like totally distraught about it, and I'm there, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know what came over me to say, it's all right. It could be worse. Cause it was mad stupid, right? Like, yo, why would you say that? But the way my mind works is like, yo,
I get that.
You could have missed this moment. Like it could have been just finito off rip. You know what I'm saying? And so here you're blessed with an opportunity to say your goodbyes, for him to still be alive, for him to be able to squeeze your hand a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't verbal at the time, but for you to at least have this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? God granted you that opportunity to be able to say your goodbyes and to hug them and not be like you seeing them laying on a slab. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And like that's like for better or for worse, that's how I carry it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, like we just gotta figure out where the positives are. And I feel like if more people do that, then it'll be less like drama, beef, hate, all of that stuff. But you know, it's part of the simulation.
Absolutely, man. I'm just happy the simulation, you know what I mean? Like being from New York, we beat the aliens, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Shout out to OG and Anobi.
You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, fam.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, big ups to New York, man.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to the Knicks, man.
I hate what's happening in the hip hop space right now, but I love what happened to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Knicks winning.
We needed to win.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, like it's just like listen, praise be to he. Hopefully it'll be the Bills next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I mean.
You feel me?
Word. Man, we could really talk for
listen, I didn't even get into all of the good stories.
Right.
I'm like, dog, this is 2021, this is 26. I got 25 years of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? So, but I'm still spry and I look young, so shut up.
So kicking off season 8, we absolutely gonna have you come back.
For sure.
Gonna have to do another joint.
I would love to, man. You know what I mean? I get to big up some of the artists that I've worked with and you know, discuss some of the writing and all, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just down to kick it, man. I just love y'all. You know, we can talk about everything. Yeah.
Yes. We absolutely gonna do another hour. What they gonna find if they go to istayBizzy.com?
Oh man, great music, dope quality merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Like and access to me. You know what I mean? Like one thing I love to be able to do through my network is to talk back to the fans and supporters. I also have a subscription club called the Mission 5000 Club, where if you subscribe, then you get downloadable access to all my music. It's like $30, $25 or something like that. And if you purchase the subscription for a full year, you get all of my back catalog plus whatever I release throughout the year. And I try to drop at least a record or two every month. And you know what I'm saying? I kind of been chilling because I'm working on 2 projects right now. So, but yeah, man, like tap in, you get to hear the music, check out the back catalog, listen to some of the features and all of that dope stuff. So, and you know, just, man, tap in, man. IStayBizzy.com. IStayBizzy, because I got to.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Backpack Mafia, any events coming up?
Backpack Mafia. I'm actually on hiatus from Backpack Mafia, so I don't know. I took the year off. My daughter graduated from college, so I'm like helping her transition. And then, you know, that's my youngest daughter, so me and my wife have been, you know, doing the
we got the house to ourselves.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're doing the pops on Friday. Right? You feel me?
So I want to walk around my house, nigga.
No, but I was doing so much throughout the first 6 years of Backpack Mafia. It was starting to take a toll on me, like personally and professionally. So I took a hiatus, and but we just had SummerSlam last weekend. So like that happened. It's still going. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Phee. Shout out to all of the producers.
Shout out to Phee.
Everybody that's involved in continuing to go on and do that thing. And I'm still working with the producers too. Like I just put a record together with my man Tamron Diddle and Mickey Fax. So that'll be coming soon.
That's tough.
You know, I'm working on a project with some producers from Finland right now. And then I got a project called Myth vs. Legend that I released a couple years ago. I'm actually working on the second version of that with my man Myth Got Beats from Erie, PA. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot going on, man. You know, like, you know.
Yeah, man. Go to the website, man.
Yeah, go to the website, man. Tap
Subscribe. Follow this man.
Yeah, tap in.
Keep up with everything L-BIZ. He's an amazing representation on what it means to be an artist from Buffalo and really get into it. Staying busy.
Man. Yeah. I stay busy. You should too.
Come on. No Label the Pod. We out of here.
Peace.